Leandre Gotatejus.
What's going on, family? Thank you for tuning in to today's live. You're locked in with the Coach Smook Network, and I'm your host, Coach Smook, your favorite Alabama insider and sports media personality. Before we get rolling, do me a quick favor. Tap that like button, share the stream out, and if you're new here, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you never miss any of the action. Now listen, if you really rock with what we're building here, I invite you to take the opportunity to support the channel by becoming a member of the AAA family. Our mantra is authenticity above all. Everything we do, our content and our community, is built on creating and enjoying quality, authentic conversations, real insight, and real information surrounding sports entertainment. Your membership directly assists in the growth of the Coach Smook Network, and every hard-earned dollar you contribute is not only appreciated, it's paid forward. We proudly make monthly contributions to various community health and awareness organizations because impact matters. If you want to get even more involved with the community, be sure to join our Discord. You can type the command right now in the live chat or head over to our main YouTube page and click the Linktree link in the description. And for those who want to support the network directly, you can donate through multiple options: Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. Every bit of support helps us continue to grow and elevate this platform. Thank you all for the love and the support and the energy you bring every single time. Now buckle up because it's time to get into the show. Somebody type it in the chat. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. Let's get it.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into the post-practice report here with your boy, Coach Smook. Man, we're going to get right into the conversation today, y'all. I got a lot to talk about, a lot of things to report on. Listen. So my plan was to go live at 1:30. Interviews were happening, all that good stuff. Player availability, no coaches today, which is usually the days where I'm able to just get a lot of information. Coaches go in, they're usually heavy on breaking down reps already. They got a good idea of what they want to report. So we got to get some insight on that. But also, guys, we get to have some conversations because today I saw something, or I heard something that happened that makes me want to believe that the staff is really coming to getting to a point where they're really somewhere with developing who their starting quarterback they want to build from. And I think we got some intel on who's setting the bar there, who's getting to get to those reps, that rep count that you want to see for, hey, this might be our starter. Now, the fact that it's still so evenly split right now, I'm going to lead with that. That lets you know that there's some quality competition there. And those that thought that Austin Mack was the foregone starter was the presumed starter because of the way that they utilized him last season. I think it was a method to the madness. Like I said, there's a certain level of evaluation you want to give a guy that's been in your system for 3 years, going into 4 seasons now. You want to give him his opportunity to be evaluated, and I think that's what happened with Mac last year. But now you're going to start hearing the narrative change about Russell having a little bit more control of the huddle and all of that good stuff. So we're going to get into all that talk here today on the Coach Smook Network. But before we do that, I'm gonna do a post-practice report roll call. It's not the normal one. I just want to acknowledge everybody that's here. Hopefully, let me do something real quick. I gotta make sure that we're live over here on TikTok before we get into all this conversation. I didn't do members only. I understand. Members are like, wait, this ain't members only. Today, I'm not gonna give them details. I'm gonna update everyone on the general process of what's going on at the University of Alabama. Let me make sure we live on TikTok real quick, y'all. It's not going to be a long live stream. It's probably going to last 35 minutes max. So we're going to get right into the details, and then y'all can get out. And then we got a call-in segment tonight. We got call-in show tonight at 7:30. We want to be live at 7:30 p.m. Having some fun, y'all. Open, hot topic conversations tonight. We're talking everything Bama. We see that the basketball portal has opened and people are going crazy. And I have a hot take. That's going to stir some people the wrong way. But that's what we do, man. We tell the truth, and people don't like the truth all the time. What's up, everybody in the chat? Good to see you. They're Roll Tide. They're Dominic. Good to see you. Got y'all in the chat earlier. Y'all was in here for the 1:30 show. Ken, the Bama fan, I saw y'all, man. I'm sorry I couldn't get to y'all. I was on the phone getting all this good intel, man. As a matter of fact, I don't have no producer, so let me get y'all out in here. Antonio, good to see you. Greg, good to see you. Joseph, Kelsey, Shepard, Zach, Roll Tide, the Kinesis, Mike Jones, Stephen. Good afternoon, Coach Smook. Hope everyone is doing good. Roll Tide here from Lexington, South Carolina. Good to see you. King Ya Gideon, Ya Warrior. Good to see you, Roll Tide. That's my brother Brian Harris. Good to see you, man. What's good, man? What's up, Ken? Man, look, I've been here. I've been working, man. We actually got a edit that we're kind of working on too. So that we didn't want to get out here and start talking too much. We didn't want to get out here and start talking too much on practice. I needed a few more details, and I need y'all to understand, like, I never get a detail unless I speak directly to players about specifics in practice, like specific plays, or I never try to make stuff up like that. So when I do get details of things that occurred during practice, that's how I kind of formulate my opinion of what's happening, because you have to do something to stand out in practice, whether it's positive or negative. And most of the time, those conversations are just that, like, hey, yo, whatchamacallit had a tough day today. Y'all see this hair growing back on my face? I had to shave this morning. A few minutes before we got on live, but we got a lot of things to talk about. So let's get into it. TikTok, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I see one of my favorite trolls is pulling up, begging for a video game session. That I haven't played no video game in much. This guy he wants my attention so bad. It's like these trolls on Twitter, they want my attention so bad, but I got time to give it to them today, and it's gonna be fun. So make sure y'all tap in for the call-in show. I think y'all gonna enjoy the call-in topic tonight. But let's talk about practice. Coach Smook, post-practice report here on the Coach Smook Network. Somebody type it in the chat. Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Let's get into it. I want to bring this up because I got reported to somebody else's stream that I'm putting clips of actual practice. I hope these clips right here aren't the ones that you are talking about, because if that's the case, everybody's in trouble. This is official practice footage from Alabama's practice number 13 today. As you can see, man, a lot of the players throughout this whole clip, as reported today, a lot of energy in practice today. Let's start where the meat of the matter is. What's the report on the quarterback position? I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I told you all that the offense struggled as a whole in the scrimmage this past Friday. But as a performance wise, if you had to pick a quarterback that had the better day, Keelan Russell was the one that created the most explosives. The offense seemed to move a lot more fluid when he was out there. But they both had good days. Austin Mack had a turnover. I think both freshmen had a turnover. Keelan Russell had no turnovers, and he created the most explosives based off what I was able to evaluate. Now, you got some people that probably are getting different stories or saying things like nobody scored. The offense struggled as a whole, but when they did score, Keelan Russell was the quarterback on the field. Austin Mack and the offense, there was a lot of times where you didn't know if they were moving the ball or they were getting a sympathy down. Get what I'm saying? And the offensive line, especially when he went to second team, the offensive line had their struggles. But today in practice, there's reports that Javen James, Casey Poe, they're starting to make their presence felt in the guard tackle rotation. You got Michael Carroll still doing both. You're not sure where you want to place him because there's a lot of tackle competition for a tackle rotation, and they love Lloyd Jackson. I think he's going to man that left tackle starting position. But there's Javen James that's there. He's starting to make a lot of noise. Every time I talk to somebody from practice, when I ask about the offensive line, they talk about Javen James and how he's starting to kind of pop. But then you also have the freshman and Bryson Cooley, number 63. And you'll see Cooley next to Nick Brooks, who's a presumed starter at guard. So that lets you know that he's getting some type of reps at left tackle. You got Ty Haywood getting reps at right tackle. You got Michael Carroll starting at right tackle. And my philosophy and my kind of thoughts on why they're doing that at the rate that they are is because I feel like they want to be able to play Carroll. They want to be able to play him at guard. If all else goes, if everything doesn't pop with Waldrop starting at right guard, I think they are quickly going to move Carroll to guard and have Haywood at tackle, Brooks at the left guard, and Lloyd Jackson at left tackle. I think they're pretty solid with the left side, but you do see guys getting reps on that left side. Chris Booker is a 73 out there. You see him getting some reps. Like I said, right there, you see Carroll working next to the center, Racing Delgado. So that's first team type reps, and then you see Nick Brooks. And I believe that was who was that next to Nick Brooks? You see Michael Carroll there. That's Javen James and Casey Poe. And you see Brooks. And I want to say that's Chris Booker. That's Chris Booker, the freshman. And then of course, Ethan Fields is another guy. When you talk about big guards that can move with this group. And once again, you see a clear shot of Delgado and Carroll working next together. So I'm telling you all, I know what I saw Wednesday last week, and I know what I saw at the scrimmage. This group to me seems to be the one that they're favoring because it puts their most athletic group of offensive linemen out on the field. You get Carroll at guard, you get Haywood at tackle, or a James at tackle. I think they like James at left tackle, and Jackson can play right tackle. So, but I do believe that guard pairing of Nick Brooks and Michael Carroll is probably your most tenacious, probably your most balanced in both pass pro and run blocking, probably your strongest assets at the guard position. But also, if you have struggles with Haywood at tackle or James at tackle, you could slide Carroll back out there being confident with the competition you're getting from both Ethan Fields and I think I want to say 65. It's Tyrell Miller is behind that at that right guard position. So you see why they went out in the portal and got a lot of offensive linemen, because the type of competition that it's creating is making it a lot easier for us to get the best five out there. You're getting guys, the most versatile five. You got mainstays at center, right? A guy in Delgado that's a mainstay at center. You want a guy that's his expertise. But you got guys behind him, Strayhorn and Waldrop, who are versatile, that can play guard and center. You got guys that can play guard and tackle, Michael Carroll. I think you can get some tackle reps from Javen James, but he also plays guard. You have Casey Poe, who's going to give you guard/center reps. So you got versatile guys that you're kind of putting them in positions to where they kind of play out their scenario of where they fit the best, right? Where are you advancing the fastest? And so I think we got a lot of that competition going on at the offensive line, especially after the conversations today. Let's talk about the wide receiver room. Rotation starting to look a little solid. I think Derek Nix is like most wide receiver coaches when it comes to guys stepping up in drills and getting their recognition during certain reps. And you're starting to see a consistency in this rotation. You're seeing Derek Meadows, Brian Williams, Noah Rogers kind of being the first guys up with Rico Scott, Latsier Brooks, Rico Scott. You're seeing Latsier Brooks, Noah Rogers, Derek Meadows. You're seeing Brian Williams, Noah Rogers, Latsier Brooks. You're seeing like with first groupings of three-man form, three wide receiver sets. You're seeing a good mixture and balance. So that lets me know that they got a top four again, kind of like what we saw last year coming into last season. And I think that top four is going to be Noah Rogers, Derek Meadows, Latsier Brooks, and Ryan Williams. I think that's going to be the top four, with Rico Scott not being pushed away with like a low rep count or anything, but he's going to find a similar role. But I tell you what, from the scrimmage, Rico Scott, Latsier Brooks, they find a way to get open a lot early in spring. They've been doing a lot. They probably been more of your high volume targeted receivers when you get into like just those phases of moving the ball. Rico Scott, Brian Williams has seen a lot of targets. Noah Rogers, Derek Meadows has been making big catches with he's not seeing a lot of targets. Big frame, big body attracts a lot of attention. And things aren't being necessarily game planned right now. We're just going through levels and phases of each side of the ball, both offense and defense. So I'm excited to see what's happening with the wide receiver room. You got the young guys showing up. Sedarian Morgan continuing to just show that he is ready and capable. Doesn't matter which group you put him with, whether it's the twos or the ones or the threes. He's making big catches. Excited about Tyler Henderson. Tyler Henderson is the transfer. I think more so than ever, you bring a veteran presence like that into the room, the wide receiver room, you're going to see immediate impact. Noah Rogers, again, is another transfer name. Already, we feel like the very thing that we did not want to lose from the wide receiver room, which was that presence of what Jeremy Bernard brought. I think you're getting that with Noah Rogers, literally with the same number 5, the same demeanor. A little bit more talkative on the field. That's something that I observed, and the same physicality approach, the same smart and IQ that you would want at that position. But overall for the wide receivers, I think just from conversations today, I think you had a better showing from the receiving core as a whole. That's being the wide receivers and the tight ends. Said that all quarterbacks got up a lot of passes today, threw a lot of passes today. You got to see the ball in the air a lot. The defense made it competitive, but the offense starting to show that they're really starting to pick things up. And as Kalen DeBoer said, and as expected, when you install new things, that explains why Wednesday was such a strong day for the defense. And then same thing with the spring Friday, trying to install another phase of the offense, because the first scrimmage was things that they had already been working on ending the season, things that they were kind of like solidifying. This is our base. So yeah, everybody looks comfortable. Like Coach DeBoer said, everybody looks comfortable doing that, going fast. Offensive linemen being able to help a little bit more, knowing what their assignments are. And not a lot of pieces on the offensive line have to come in and learn this extensive offensive scheme, blocking scheme, because of their experience elsewhere. So things kind of translate. Football travels when mechanics are solid. And you see that the staff went out and got a lot of guys who have solid mechanics on the developmental side of things. They look like with more reps, they can start to produce a lot more. And so you're excited to see that with the offensive side developing. Running back room, not many reports from the running back room other than Daniel Hill, A.K. Deere, Kevin Riley, Trayshawn Brown, E.J. Correll still limited only to individual warm-ups and things, still on the sideline doing mostly rehab during the team stuff. no contact right now for EJ, but you see these other guys, man, when they go full pads, they're trying to reestablish that physical running mentality, a lot of thudding, a lot of physicality. One thing that's a consistent though, when you talk to people that are at the practice or talk to your people that's on the sidelines, is physicality is a mainstay, is a topic of conversation every practice. So the focal point of practice is to increase the intensity, increase the physicality without taking guys out. So it's good to hear all of those things about the offense. Let's talk about the defense, y'all. I'm excited because to me, the defense has they have such a high starting point with what we're hearing from everywhere. Every beat writer, every sideline reporter, every insider resource that I talk to, I talked to one of the writers for the AP that gets to go and does media availability on the regular, and his presence, he said the last viewing period, his main thing, like me, was just the speed and the depth of the defensive line. And as you're tapping in on YouTube, y'all come in and tap that screen. Make sure you double tap the like button. If you're watching mobile, double tap the screen, it'll like it for you, or hit that like button. It's an actual like icon below the video. And if you're on TikTok, double tap the screen, run the likes up over there. Appreciate you, Britt and Antonio over there, for dropping the gifts. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all for all the gifts on this post-practice report. And then also my brother Kelsey Shepard, if you could over there, appreciate you on Facebook, dropping a like reaction. Can you share the stream out for us? We want to give Batman fans this live reaction coverage. I know I said I only want to stay live for like 30 minutes, but we might open the phone lines, or y'all can actually call the phone line. I'm gonna pull the phone number up here in a second and leave a voicemail and ask questions while we're reporting. You can call in and leave a voicemail, say your name and put me in the game, Coach Smook, and ask questions, and we'll see if we got any before the end of the show. So share the stream out real quick while we're here with this little transitional moment. And then once we come back, we'll finish our post-practice report here on the Coach Smook Network. Join the AAA family, because this is the last one that'll be for public. The next one will be members only. So join the AAA family and think about becoming a member so that you can enjoy in-depth. This is not even an in-depth report. Y'all getting some good stuff. In-depth, verbatim, real, insightful, interactive reports on your Alabama Crimson Tide football this spring. Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight, that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel. Y'all, we want to thank y'all for this segment being sponsored by Farmers Insurance of Hoover, Alabama. Frederick Harris and Farmers Insurance of Hoover, Alabama. We appreciate you for sponsoring this post-practice report here on the Coach Smook Network. Make sure y'all check out my brother, Frederick Harris, and Farmers Insurance, man. They'll be providing us an actual link so that he can start assisting you all with all of your insurance and all those needs and all that good stuff. So y'all need help with that? We got that for you. That's why we call ourselves the Coach Smook Network. It's not just about college football and high school recruiting. It's about networking and creating opportunities for everyone to be successful and set themselves up for success. So we appreciate Frederick Harris and Farmers Insurance of Hoover, Alabama for sponsoring the Coach Smook Network and this segment on the Coach Smook Network post-practice report. Man, I appreciate y'all for tapping in and being patient with me. Y'all know I ain't got my crew today, and I love my crew, man. My production team is A1. They make this so much easier when they're back there operating this. I got Mary J when she be back there on the ones and twos, and they make it look so clean and smooth. Let me make sure I adjust it the right way. Boom. Now there we go. We back. All right, so let's get to our talks about what happened today on the defensive side. You all heard me talk about the offense actually starting to look like they're coming together. Well, that's a good thing. That means when defense is supposed to win is when they have the psychological advantage for the most part, meaning a lot of things that they were seeing the first, we got practice 13. So 2 practices ago now was the scrimmage. So a lot of things that they were getting to see on air and were being exposed to at that speed, the first 5 or 6 practices, practice 7, 8, it start to get used to seeing some things. Your reaction time is a little bit faster. So it's natural to see that progression, and the natural athleticism start to kind of speed up. The reactions start to speed up. And that's what you want in the season. You want guys to be able to see reps and see things happening in phases so that, you get into conference play. You've seen a phase of this motion or what can come out of this concept, or you remember things from film that teams may try to attack. So you're on your P's and Q's, you're crossing every T and dotting every I, trying to make sure that you are doing the right things. And that's what you got from the defense for the first couple, for like practices 5 through 8. Now that you're getting later in the practice, new installs on the offensive side, guys have to slow down a little bit. They're questioning things a little bit. They're trying to make sure that they're doing it right. And now they've gotten enough reps. They've gotten the live scenario type of reps with the scrimmage this past week. And as reported, like expected, the offense struggled. Well, defensively, you kind of get ahead, you start to get an edge, but now the offense has found a new bar to reach, right? And today you saw that energy from the offense, especially when you talk about the team's period, some of the plays being made, some of the plays being made by the linebackers in the inside linebacker room. And that was a big question coming into the offseason. Who was going to replace Deontay Lawson, Nakai Hill-Green, Justin Jefferson, that presence, the veteran presence, the group that's supposed to be the play callers for the defenses, the coach on the field, so to say. Shout out to Paris McGee, my brother, for the like over there, the heart reaction over on Facebook. Y'all give it up for all the reactions. Everybody tap the screen on all platforms too. Make sure y'all liking the stream. Make sure y'all continue to run it up. We appreciate y'all for the ghost. What's up, JRM, my brother, my young and good to see you over there on TikTok. Well, y'all, so we appreciate everybody once again. So I look at the defense, and I'm starting to ask these questions, and they're valid questions. Are we really just seeing a new era of Alabama defense? Now, Alabama has always been traditionally, I'm not talking about scheme or but persona wise, historically, Alabama has always the face of any national championship. Most, I'm gonna say not any, but most national championship teams has been the defense, right? You've had offensive stars, right? 1 or 2 or maybe 3. You had the big group of offensive stars with the Tua Natty appearance, right? And even that run, y'all gotta remember, Tua never won a national championship under Coach Saban except for that first year as a freshman when he came back and won it against Georgia. So I just want to throw that out there. That was his freshman year, and he started his sophomore and junior year before he went to the NFL. I just want to throw that out there when we talk about quarterbacks and their success over time. Or Coach Saban's success with talent is the point I was trying to kind of throw out there. Shout out to our new follower. We got a new follower over here, Queen of Hearts. Appreciate you for the follow over there on TikTok. Please pull up on the YouTube side and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Mr. Unknown, appreciate the likes over there on TikTok. Thank y'all for tapping that screen. We got our Alabama post-practice report. So we're talking about the defense. We just got done speaking on the offense. Based off our conversations and insider reports today, we got a lot of good intel for the defense. One, starting with the defensive line rotation. I love pulling the B-roll footage because then y'all get to kind of see what I'm talking about with some of these guys and the type of reps that they're putting out there. As far as just individuals warm-ups, because that's all you're going to see from the media viewing period and the official footage today. But when you hear about some of the competitions that's out there, you look at the guys that's going up against those, the Delgadis, the Carrolls, the Brookses, the James, the Pope, the Poes, the Lloyd Jacksons, right? And we do have the Lloyd Jackson interview, the official interview. We'll play that for you all. But you got to look at some of the guys that's going up against him. And I love seeing 99, 92 looks like he's working more actively in practice. Then Jeremiah Beaman coming off off season, a season where he missed all last season due to an injury, knee injury, had to miss all last season. So good to see him back and kind of almost to 100%. You see him though making those strides, showing that power, that explosiveness that he came to know. But a name that you're going to see that is going to start making some noise, people, I don't know where this rumor came from that he wasn't breaking the starting lineup. I don't think there's necessarily a starter lineup. I think right now you have a solid group of 8 or 9 guys on the D line that you're going to rotate. And how do you pick a starter when I can close my eyes and pick three guys off this D line out of this D line room? And I want to say they have 12 true defensive linemen, whether they're defensive tackles, nose guards, or defensive ends, bandits, right? In this position group. And I think right now your athleticism across the front with the size that they possess is dangerous. Devin Tompkins is going to be a menace. Everything that we wanted from Keon Keeley over the past 2 years, I think Devin Tompkins is the fully developed, fully formed Super Saiyan 6 version of Keon Keeley. And I say that because he comes with not only the experience, but his explosiveness is that of like Keon Keeley. We saw Keon Keeley flash a lot last year for Alabama, 31 playing off that bandit position, even standing up, coming off the edge. Sometimes you've seen him thrown into coverage drops, and showed his athleticism, provided a solid pass rush off the edge, also played a better role in most situations than most of our edge containment on the D line. You got that from Keeley. His length, same. You got the same build, same frame. Tompkins is a little bit bigger, and he's going to give you a lot of quality reps from the interior too, because he's a gap shooter. And guys like Terrence Green, Jeremiah Beaman, Steve Bola, Mari Johnson right there on the interior. Guys like that are going to demand double teams from the interior. Right, Asaya Fega. I don't want to leave my youngin out because he's been having a spring to remember, and I think he's going to be like D lineman number 4, number 5 in this rotation. That's going to see a lot of reps. I don't think you see a lot of heavy reps from this group. No matter I don't think Tompkins needs 60 reps a game to prove his draft stock. But another number that's going to continue to flash, I'm going to tell y'all right now, Desmond, and I'm going to say his name, Desmond Umeozulu. That young man right there, and you got to think, he's a guy that needs just one solid year. So he's got to be, you got to think in his mind, he's appreciative for the amount of depth that's going to be provided, because now you got fresh reps all the time. If Freddie Roach is in charge of the rotation of the D-line, this could be a year where teams try to attack us with tempo to keep us from being able to rotate D-linemen. And with the size and frames, this is not a group of D linemen that's a bunch of 6'2", 340 pounders that's just stuffing up the O-line, demanding double teams, but not moving anybody, right? You know, demanding double teams and this is a group that gets out of their stances fast, like quick first steps, jamming gaps, right? Jamming gaps, stuffing gaps. You got single gap containment concept being released, right, to a lot of these guys, being able to shoot and pressure the ball behind the line of scrimmage with pursuit concepts in place, right? A lot of times you had contained concepts with the two gap containment style of the fronts, but with this group, you're going to see a lot of pursuit style. And they went out and got pursuit guys, man. I even like Caleb Smith coming over from Washington. He was a prospect that they looked at early in recruiting before he committed to Washington. And I think him coming back, they create some quality depth that they have some familiarity with right there in that room. I'm more confident now than I was before that the depth on the D line this year is the kind that you throw out there and watch them develop through live reps. A lot of fire, like London Simmons, like fire. And speaking of London Simmons, going to be ready for the fall. It's just smart to kind of hold his body's still developing, right? As he was thrown into the fire. So you see him developing as he's recovering from some off-season work, minor things that don't need to be tweaked, right? You don't want to risk it. So see him doing the sideline work, looking like he's leaned up a lot in that room for that D line. And that's probably the main names. For Tua Henry is the mainstay of leadership presence in that room. Once again, Ja Latham, you see him working between Wolf and Bandit positions, kind of just hoping that his mental is there. Prayers up for him and his family once again. But he's going to be a veteran presence, a leadership presence in that room that's going to play good for us. Now, interior, I didn't talk much about interior because it's hard to see. I'm telling you right now, I'm not even joking, guys. I really think this is probably going to be the most disruptive interior defensive line group we've seen, with a bunch of 90s and maybe a scattered 88 every few snaps, but 99, 94, 92, 91, right off top of the head, 25, 26, 32, I believe is right there in that mix with the D line. Shoot, like I said, 88. Interior, and you see these guys just rotated, man, and just O-line doesn't get a break. I don't care if you're first team, second team, third team, you don't get a break with this group of offensive linemen and the amount of talent and athleticism and the size out of this D line. The athleticism is there. 25 and 26. I would be surprised if we don't get to see a Steve Bola sighting in some heavy set moments. But I think 26, Mari Johnson, the true freshman, I think he's playing his way into the rotation. 5'6" in that 5'6" somewhere, even with healthy Beeman and all those guys, I think he's going to he's probably going to be a mainstay early in the rotation because he provides a lot of fire. Terrence Green and I forget the other gentleman's name from the other transfer, y'all. I can't remember his name for nothing right now. It was Terrence Green and who's the other transfer playing on the interior? Keldrick Jones, 22. You'll see him getting some interior reps, also playing some heavy bandit. Those guys are going to be, I don't think they're 60 snap guys. I don't think you want 60 snap defensive linemen. You want guys that are capable of playing 60 snaps, but you want them being able to give you 20 to 30, 100% reps, explosive reps, to where your presence in the trenches on the defensive line is a consistent thing. Now let's go to the linebacker room, y'all. Shout out to Luke Metz. I'm gonna start off with just the kind of like the hype of everybody that I talked to right now. And I got 5 primary sources that I speak with weekly when it comes to this time of the year. 2 of them are outlets that speak on things on their sites, but the other 3 are actual like hands-on. Yeah, Kedrick Jones, that's who it is. Appreciate that, Ken. And make sure y'all continue running likes up, man. I see y'all in the chat. We got numbers over here on YouTube. Continue running likes up. We need one more like to get to 25, so y'all continue to tap the screen over there. On TikTok also, make sure y'all share the stream. Share the stream over here on YouTube. But you talk about the inside linebacker room, man. You're excited to hear these things about Caleb Woodson being starting to get it. And we won't know fully until we see him in live action. Now, what I will say is most of the times those inside linebacker transfers, they struggle in practice trying to showcase some of the things that you, as a play caller coming over with, the amount of experience and playing time under his belt that he has, right? They expect the level of expectation of how you translate the language and get guys in place, and what type of leadership command you can possess in this short window during spring is very small, right? That window is very small. So for him to be taking a leadership role, not just gaining the confidence of players around him with that veteran presence, but also seeing the defense not miss a beat so much, in a sense, with having him out there with your first team, right? The first couple practices, you had QB AJ, rotating him in with some of their reps, splitting them between the 2 positions in that inside linebacker room. Now you see him as a mainstay, as a green dot guy, and you see what I think is going to benefit is a QB Reese next to him. And then you have a Luke Metz as a green dot guy with Abdul Sanders Jr. next to Luke Metz. And then you see Abdul Sanders next to Caleb, and then QB and Luke. So you see a solid 4-man rotation. I think you have your one mainstay with green dot, with it being Caleb. And then you might see a solid rotation of Abdul, Luke, and QB as the weak side linebacker. So that's where I think we're going to see that rotation look like. And then you got guys developing in that room. Duke Johnson, I love what we're hearing about. Zay Griffin, who's, to me, I think it's one of those things you got to keep them hidden. But when you watch him out there, Zay Hall, there's a walk-on linebacker. Duke Johnson is still, like I said, I think Duke Johnson is just learning how to be a linebacker. He was allowed to be just a natural athlete in high school on both sides of the ball. Developed a lot of just mechanics and things. And when you look at it, this is a debate that we're going to talk about when guys talk about value and guys developing, right? Somebody could have looked at Duke Johnson during his recruiting and said, "Oh my God, this is going to be a premier pass rusher at the next level," right? And he could have went with that decision and probably would have been on the field last year as a freshman, right? As a freshman, probably would have seen some time coming off the edge, because that's a position you'd be a lot more athletic at, right? Just natural, throw him out there, chase down the quarterback, seal the edge. That's a few assignments that natural athleticism and skilled players of his caliber can carry out at a high rate, 7 to 10 times a game. You can see a freshman like his skill set get those type of reps. But when you look at his decision to come to Bama, they felt like his growth and development would be higher. His trajectory would be higher, especially with his frame, with his athleticism, his ball skills, his ability to cover, playing in the middle of the defense, showing his range laterally, coverage-wise, in second and third phase type concepts. Being able to blitz from the second level, being able to be a natural athlete and sniff out the ball. Those things are things that he has to get used to doing, playing at the middle of the field, because coming off the edge, you get a box of assignments. Playing at the inside linebacker position at the second level, your box is a lot bigger, right? And there's a lot more space for critiquing, and you want to see a lot more consistency. Even with Caden Jones, that's what you're seeing. A guy that was naturally allowed to just fly around and chase the ball for most of his young career as a football player, and now he's being asked to remember assignments and coverages and alignments and be able to make adjustments off of motions and all of these things. So it's a lot of mental aspects for the inside linebacker room. So it's not crazy to see guys like Xavier Griffin, who come from Red Elephant. What's the name of the school, y'all? What school he came from? Out there in Georgia, Gainesville High School. They run a college-like system, defensive scheme, Guys like Zay Hall, who come from Hillcrest right here, right there in Tuscaloosa, right? They run schemes that guys like Zay Hall, who played edge, who played inside linebacker, just natural athletes, but they have to know a lot of film. You're not asked to do that where Duke Johnson come from, and that's no slight at the school. It's just resourcing what level of football you played at in high school. But he dominated at that level, so you see a high side to develop a talent like that, and that's why when you see guys jump in the portal, people pay money to go get them. They see something that they can work with, just like when schools were recruiting them out of high school. They see something that they can work with. It's not necessarily the product that the previous system or whatever developed that player into. It's something that they saw that they could develop from what the product it currently is, right? And a lot of guys, and this is my argument, I know this is football, but this is my argument with Nate Oates. I don't think he truly develops guys. I think guys come in, and the more minutes they get, their skill set just kind of shows. They don't necessarily get better. What they do already with more minutes is going to show up. Great scorers are going to score if you give them more time to score in the game, if you give them more opportunities to score. But can they actually score in different ways than what they came into the collegiate game scoring like? That's my argument with Nate Oates. But we'll talk about that tonight on the phone line. Got a lot of Bama fans mad about that, especially on Twitter with they ghost dog selves. I love when these ghost dogs be out, man. They jump on the bandwagon quick. But when it comes to the inside linebacker room, that's what I see right now. Caleb Woodson is the mainstay. I think he's going to be your starter at the mic. And then you're going to have a good rotation of Abdul Sanders Jr. and QB Reese right there at that side linebacker. Same thing with Luke Metz. I think he'll get spot reps as the green dot. He provides so much pop. Him, AJ, they're thumpers in that inside linebacker room. QB and Caleb kind of just flying around. Y'all remember Dylan Lee and even how none of them are hitting like Ruben. I think that's kind of like a lot of them. They have this idea that they want to get back to that level. They got to really bring a different mentality to get Ruben status, right? But Mac Wilson, the way he flew around, Dylan Lee, who else? I mean, guys just flew around from the inside linebacker room with speed. They might have not been the biggest, but they were in on all tackles. Even, I know he didn't tackle well at Bama, but how Henry To'oTo'o did and what got him his stock in the portal when he came to from Tennessee to Alabama. Our guys just find a way to be where the ball is. You got like 4 guys like that in this room this season, but 2 of them specialize in that, in Caleb Woodson and Luke Metz, and that's what you need. You want guys that pop. I mean, QB Reese and Caleb Woodson. You want guys that pop, but then you want guys that really just find the ball and make good tackles. So good tackling. Let's talk about the secondary. Y'all know I'm excited about the secondary. One, because the cornerback room has some quality, like a quality two deep rotation right now. I look at the boundaries with not O'Neal starting, but Xavier Brown, Dijon Lee. Then you got the rotation of O'Neal and Chuck McDonald. It's like you're giving yourself the opportunity to get 2 similar assets stacked in those positions. And then you got Red Morgan playing that nickel corner spot, right, for nickel corner sets. But then you see a personnel change when they have like 12 personnel on the offense. You see them bring in Ivan Taylor, Drake Kirkpatrick, Jira Edwards, bigger frame, box safety, corner assets. You see those guys get thrown in there. You also see some Carmelo O'Neal, big body, Nick Sherman thrown at top safety and being giving some of those bigger frame DBs the box assignments and giving those range guys on the back end some of those assignments. Keon Sabb, Bray Hubbard, I think they're interchangeable with their presence just because of their experience. But you talk about these personnel groupings in the secondary starting to shape up. I like seeing the fact that you got Dijon and Xavier. But Carmelo O'Neal, to me, is CB3 in this rotation. Chuck McDonald right there is going to see a lot of impact reps. I think any dime looks, you're going to want Chuck McDonald on the field. He's probably your best zero coverage asset in that room right now. 6'2", 195, 200. Really just showing the physicality standpoint. But something that we noticed from his high school highlight film, same thing with Dijon Lee, same thing with Xavier Brown, and it's something about the Cali connection, which amazes me that Damani Jackson struggles so much with it, but Cali boys know how to set the edge and run support from the cornerback position. They know how to set the edge. And we know that the safety room, Ivan Taylor, Dre Kirkpatrick, Ray Hubbard, those guys, they are not shy about trying to come up and run support. And most of the time they are out of phase when they have to provide run support outside the tackles, right? When they're able to fill inside the tackles, they do a very good job. They come up with intensity. They give you another like linebacker-like presence with the way that they tackle and the pop that they bring. But I truly believe right now we're in a space where the amount of skill sets on the boundary allow those safety, more corner box safety assets really stay close to the line of scrimmage and provide us that run support in this 4-2-5 scheme that Kane Womack has kind of been forced to utilize to contain the run game. I think this year you'll see more of an attack mindset, attack style of play calling against the run game against strong running teams. Let me jump in the comments real quick before we get into see if we got any voicemails and then get ready to close out of here. Let me see. We got new comments. Mike Jones said, "What's going on, Smook? What's up, Mike? Good to see you, man. Them haters hate truth. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that tonight. It's gonna be fun. What's up, that dude? Good to see you. Good to see you in the chat, man. He said it's been a minute. Is that Coop? Looks like my guy Coop I was in the military with. I don't know. Look familiar, brother. Good to see you, though. I remember that face. I remember that name. I seen clips of Coach Womack coaching up the defense, trying to get them to be more violent and physical. Yeah, you see a lot of intensity on the defensive side, but also I don't know if they got it in today, but I remember when I was there last week, Coach Adrian, the offensive line coach, he's intense too, man. He's coaching every play. And the assistant offensive line coach, I forget his name. I got to go and get it. But they are interactive D-line coaches doing their thing. You see the new running back coach out there today with Coach G. Where did he come from? Got a new running back coach. He came from somewhere. I forget where he came from. I gotta get an update on that. I didn't even report on it for some reason. Keelan gets a lot of unwarranted hate from a good portion of the fan base, and I don't know why. You know what's crazy? I don't even think that he gets the hate. I think anybody that believes he's going to be the starter over Mac is the ones getting the hate. Like me, like people, of course, Coach Smook they get mad when Coach Smook is right. It's funny, like, I was right about, I ain't gonna get into it. Did you figure out who the other 92 is? I don't know his name, but it is a walk-on. And he was number 82. It was 82 playing D-line. He's a walk-on. It was 82. But he do look like he's supposed to be out there in some starter snaps. When we saw him at the practice and then at the scrimmage last week. Sam's son, they'll fall in when they realize he's the guy. Who? Oh? I don't know what you're talking about, brother. Your message. Inside linebacker room hasn't looked this good in a long time. I'm gonna say talent, depth-wise, we haven't seen this much talent, but I think there's still a high level of uncertainty of what's going to be production-wise. Because I like Caleb Woodson, I like his activity, but he's really got to show up to replace what this inside linebacker room left behind. And I think Deontay Lawson had a lot of pressure. We were scrutinizing Deontay Lawson a lot last season, and for him to that last 6 or 7 games, he really showed that he could be a solid day 2 pickup in this year's draft. He's shown that he's probably in the top 10 as far as linebacker availability in this year's draft. He put himself out there, but Justin Jefferson probably was the more prototypical linebacker asset you want for this scheme. You want what he brings to the table. So yeah, shout out to you, Jordan. Welcome in, Roll Tide, brother. Good to see you. Appreciate you for pulling up, as always. So that's our post-practice report for the most part, y'all. Like I said, shout out to Farmers Insurance, Hoover of Hoover, Alabama, Frederick Harrison Farmers Insurance of Hoover, Alabama, for sponsoring today's post-practice report. Make sure y'all tap in tonight, y'all. Make sure y'all tap in tonight for our live call-in show. we're going to be doing a segment, y'all. And I'm going to be checking the comments, man. Let me see if I can pull the graphic up for you. I think this is a pretty cool graphic. We get some fan engagement tonight, man. So I need the phone lines buzzing. I need y'all sharing the live stream. The link is already up. Let me see if I can get this up real quick. This one is funny. And then, but before we get out of here, hold on. I forgot. We're going to play the interview real quick. Let me play this Jackson Lloyd interview for y'all. And then after that, we're going to get up out of here. Check it out.
Great. Getting out here and just competing with all my best friends, really. So, I mean, we've been, since day one coming in, we've been having a mindset we just got to get better. And we haven't got complacent. So we just got to keep putting pedal to the metal and keep working. So.
How's life changed for you since you started rolling at left tackle?
I mean, nothing changed. Since the day I got in here, I've been trying to be the best player I could be. So, I mean, I didn't really pay attention to any of that. Kind of kept the same mindset. Nothing changes for me.
Did Coach Smook kind of put you aside and had that conversation with you, or has it kind of just been like where you're rotating?
I mean, he didn't sit me down or anything and say that, but I mean, like I said, I don't really pay attention to any of that. I feel like if you start paying attention too much to that stuff, it gets to your head. So I've just been blocking that out and just coming in and working every day.
What's been his message to you?
I mean, like I said, coming in, working every day, getting better. So.
Ask better question.
Coaching style, what's he like in that?
That's what that means.
I mean, he's been doing great. He comes in, it brings a lot of energy on the field, coaches up really hard, explains everything really well, like what we're doing, why we're doing it. And then off the field, he's like, I mean, he's super easy to talk to. And then when you're up in his office one-on-one, easy to talk to, and then you get feedback really well. So I think it's a really good connection we have.
You say getting better. What areas of your game are you trying to get better at?
I mean, you can always work on everything. So I've been trying to improve everything, obviously, but I'd say the two main things are just using my hands better in the run and pass game. And I feel like I've taken strides in the right direction, but obviously a lot of work to keep doing.
How did you process your freshman season? I mean, was it disappointing because of playing time, or did you see it more as a learning experience that you needed?
I mean, obviously I want to come in here and play, but I was behind what I believe is the best tackle in the country, and with Caden Proctor, and you know he taught me so much on the field and off the field. So it was a little disappointing I didn't get a play, but I kind of took a step back and realized where I was. I felt like it was successful, and like looking at it is how much I got better during that time.
What's something important that you could not do last year that you think you can do now?
I think, like I said, using my hands, that's been a point of emphasis from when Clem got here. I knew I had to work on it in the off season, but the way Clem came in and started teaching it, I feel like I've really improved that part of my game. I mean, I talked to him a little bit. It's kind of, I mean, like I said, coming in here, taking. Don't let the moment get too big, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Just coming and be the same person every day, trying to get better.
How do you think the offensive line, just with so many new faces, has been gelling together through the spring?
I think we've been coming together super well. I mean, we're super tight off the field. I think that's helping a lot. We've only known each other for 3 months. We're just continuing to get tighter every day, and everyone coming in and all the new people coming in and people coming back, all the same mindset. We come in here trying to get better every day. So, I mean, we're all like-minded, so I think it's going good.
What are you guys trying to get better at right now as a group?
I mean, like I said, you can always improve on everything, but obviously a point of emphasis right now is getting more movement in the run game. I feel like that's something we got to all come together, and we've been coming together and just keep getting better at that.
What's the key to getting more movement in the run game?
I think it's a couple things. I mean, obviously technique is a big part of it, but then just your mentality coming off the ball. So those two things.
Other than Yonze, who are the pass rushers that have impressed you this spring?
I mean, I've been going against them all for a while. They're all great pass rushers. I mean, Dez coming in, he's been good. He gave me a good look. I mean, all of them really. So I don't know. They're all good. So.
What are you most excited about A-Day this weekend and kind of getting scrimmage?
I mean, it's always great to be in Bryant Denny. So looking forward to getting back out there, and then, I mean, getting some fans to fill the stadium. It's gonna be a fun time. So I'm excited for it.
What do you thought of Nick Brooks and what he's brought so far?
He's brought a lot of energy. I mean, since the day he came in, when we started winter workouts, he's been going all out. So I really like to see that out of him, and he's just continue to get better every day, coming here with the same mindset, just trying to get better every day, finding the little things in this technique and just off the field stuff, watching film, all that, trying to get better. So, like what I've seen so far.
What about Ethan Fields? What did you see from him?
I mean, same thing really. Since the day all the new guys got in, really, they've all like just put their head down, started working. So, same thing with him.
Last question?
You mentioned about Caden Proctor in your eyes being the best tackle. What makes him the best tackle in your eyes?
I mean, I obviously got to see the way he attacks everything. I mean, in the weight room, he's one of the hardest workers I've ever seen. How he approached just everything on the field, film, treatment, all that stuff. And then, I mean, on the field speaks for itself. You turn the tape on, you watch him play. I mean, in my eyes, he's the clear #1 tackle in the country.
You played some different sports in high school. How has that helped you kind of be athletic on the outside there, tackle?
I think it's helped a lot, especially with basketball. I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of like playing defense, but I mean, you just tweak a little bit of things. You got to use your hands, so I feel like it relates a lot to basketball.
You played baseball too?
I did. I played baseball. I feel like for baseball too, like I mean, playing defense, pretty much lateral quickness, kind of similar. So, yes, sir.
The guy that last had your job was using some unique ways, his hands, carrying the ball. Can you be used in that way?
I mean, definitely if need be. I got a couple reps of that at high school, but I mean, definitely always gonna be open. So.
Position you playing baseball?
I played third base, first base, and pitcher. So.
If you weren't playing tackle or offensive line, what would you play?
You talking about football or you talking about tight end? Tight end for sure.
You got good hands?
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Caleb, watch out.
Yeah, nah, me and Caleb, we're super tight. I mean, I joke around with them a little bit. I mean, we were talking today that if I was a little slimmer, I could play tight end. So, yeah.
Did you know any of those California kids? Austin, Caleb,
I did. I didn't know them to the level I know them now, obviously, but I mean, knew them, talked to them a little bit, but nothing crazy. So, yes, sir.
A year in Alabama. Been like for you guys, for you specifically.
Yeah, it's a little different from California, obviously, but at the end of the day, like I came here to play football. I didn't come here for the outside things. I just came here to be the best player I could be. So, I mean, I couldn't ask for anything else.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. That's that guy, Lloyd Jackson. I think that's y'all's first time being able to see him behind the podium and give his thoughts. Not very much insight with the questions today, but just give you a insight on the presence of who he is as a young man, as an athlete at the University of Alabama. So tonight we're going to get into it, man. I got to bring this on the screen so y'all can laugh. We're going to be talking about our buddy Nate Oates. As a matter of fact, let me put the updated graphic up here. This ain't even the new one. Let me put the other one up here. I gotta have this one up here because Bama fans are silly sometimes, man. Especially the ones with burner accounts. And I know y'all watching on Twitter right now. So here's y'all intro to y'all moment of fame chat. Let's get these. Let's see if we can get this up here the right way. See if we can get that. There we go. Tonight, I'm gonna be opening the phone line and I'm gonna check the comments, but we're gonna open the phone lines. We got all hot topics. We're gonna have a segment tonight. We're gonna check the comments though. We're gonna get some of these people, and these are actual profile pictures of people who are on Twitter. Hating, man, like really calling me out my name and stuff. So it's gonna be a fun show tonight. Listen, I promise y'all, I do not get hurt by any of these comments. People try their hardest to use social media to present their feelings, right? And it's laughable. So we're gonna have some fun with it tonight, and I can't wait. But we're gonna talk some real basketball and why I think this guy over here, this guy Nate Oates, is super overrated as a coach. I understand you get wins and stuff, all that good stuff. You get talent, it's NIL, you get to pay guys. Now, people want to shoot the ball a lot, but then once they get there and they see they not getting better, they see talent gaps starting to be presented. The guys that's going elsewhere to quality systems that's developing them may not be necessarily what they want to do, but you can see that's what coaches do. They develop players, right? They put you in a system, they recruit you for a system, and they actually make you a better player. They don't they don't get you in the system and you do what you've been doing, we're going to talk about it tonight here on the Coach Smook Network. We'll have a check the comments segment, and it's going to be fun, man. We're going to open the phone lines. I just wrote one of my trolls. This guy Milkman, he loves me, man. So let me. I just want to share this a little bit, real quick, for the type of energy y'all need to come with tonight. I want y'all to see how fun it is, man. This is engagement. What they call it, engagement farming. This wasn't even engagement farming. I was serious. Kids want to go places and develop. Aiden Sherrill is was one of the top 10 bigs in his class, right? Top 10 players in his class, if I'm not mistaken. He was threatening to enter the portal last season. Got paid more to come back this season. But we're gonna talk about it. But yeah, Milkman is one of my favorite trolls. He follows me. And Milkman, he don't stop. He keep calling me a fraud and stuff. Like, he hates me. So we got that type of energy popping up tonight. And I'm gonna have fun with it, y'all. Y'all know I love this type of stuff. We do got some quality comments. We're gonna have some conversation around AOs, but that's not all the hot talk that's happening in Alabama football fan space. We're gonna I think I'm gonna just allow people to give me their thoughts on this quarterback race. A lot of people are getting mad because of what's happening with the quarterback race. A lot of people thought it was going to be Mac's job. I'm telling you, it's far from that, and I'm more on the side of debating this thing now because I think it's a good conversation. I think you got some quality competition there, so we're going to talk about that tonight. Also, the home run hires of the offseason with Alabama women's basketball, but also the men's the football team's coaching staff. Seeing to me a boost as far as personnel and ideas. We'll open the phone lines and all this stuff. We're gonna have some fun tonight. And then our next live will be do our interactive live tomorrow. Throughout the day, we'll be trying to push for 5K. We'll be doing our push to 5K subscribers here on the YouTube side. So y'all continue to support. And then also, don't forget, this weekend we'll have our presence at A-Day. Join the Discord. We'll start putting that information out Friday evening, and making sure everybody can have that information throughout the live streams. We appreciate y'all, each and every one of y'all, for tapping in here on the Coach Smook Network and supporting the content on all platforms. Don't forget to like on your way out. Don't forget to share. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And remember, y'all, every time I'm telling you, and I'll be outside a little bit. Just wait till next week. We're going to really be straight. But when you see me in the streets, holla at me and say it, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be blessed.
Authenticity above all, that's where I stand. If you ain't a real fan, you're a fair weather fan. They tried to box me in and I keep the dough off the frame. Turn the pressure into power, put my stamp on the game. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, coach, Smook, that's what they saying. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, coach, that's what they saying.
Players and the staff are pulling up right now for today's scrimmage. Coach David Ballou in the front. Y'all can see everybody pulling up, man. And boys over there, look at Deontay.
Hey, y'all, I'm walking out of Walmart. What's your name, bro?
Man, my name Michael McKinney, man. I'm a true Alabama fan, and this man does a good job on his podcast,
What's up, bro?
reviewing Alabama football. Keep doing